So this is a stone deposit. So later on, you're going to be crafting pickaxes to deal with that. Another thing here is your stats. So hunting, cooking, harvesting. I don't know what that one is exactly. That might just be gathering and craftsmanship. All this increases the more you do it. I'm going to grab a table and then hold square to do this. So you got a little mini game here. So left trigger, right trigger. So you're going to do that simultaneously. And that's how you're going to get your campfire started. And we'll go straight to this one. Tall tree with some coconuts on it too. So keep that up, and let's go ahead. We'll do it. Oh, you can climb too. I forgot about that. I don't normally climb these palm trees to get the coconut, but if you're desperate, you could do that. Now just keep in mind, if you fall off that tree, you're breaking a leg. So you could get different types of sticks, like fishing spears, that will allow you to do what I just did there a little bit more efficient and easier. You know what? I think it's just yep, cook small meat. There you go. So let's go ahead and save this game, because we're probably going to end up being killed by a shark while we do this. So let's see what happens. This is the worst part of the whole game, because this can get really scary. Your ship, your way of navigating from island to island gets that much. Oh, there's a shark right there. I can see the fin right now. Gets that much. The risk of being toppled over and dragged into the middle of the ocean, because they will do that. They will literally grab you and drag you into the water. So the way you know that they're following you is one of two ways. You're gonna hear, okay, or just that happens. Oh boy, look at that. If that's not creepy, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I think I lost my way here for a sec too. Let's look around. Oh, there it is. Oh my God, he's right there. Oh, look at him. Oh no. Oh, again. Oh no, man. Look at him right there. Holy smokes. Now imagine this. Like, you're doing this, and out of a sudden weather starts kicking in, and there's waves, and then all of a sudden it gets dark. Yeah, that's at that point you just pretty much just turn the game off at that point. The only music this game is missing is dun 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 dun. Okay, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, today we're going to be checking out this title called Stranded Deep. So this is a little bit of an older title, but this title, the reason why we're checking it out again is because they've announced that they're going to be making a Stranded Deep Part 2. So that was announced in August of 2024. So a Stranded Deep 2 is in the making, and it's going to be developed by a company called North Beach Games. So Stranded Deep was created by Beam Team Games, and Beam Team Games has worked on this game, and I think they're probably just associated with North Beach. So and North Beach also worked on games like Return to Moria, Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard about that game. I'm going to be having a video soon on that one as well. So we're going to be diving back into this game again, just in anticipation for Stranded Deep Part 2. And it was a neat little title, this Stranded Deep. I don't know if you guys have ever played this game before, but Stranded Deep is your typical open world first-person survival. I would probably call it more of a simulation than anything else. So you're stranded on an island, and you're surviving. And this game is focusing on crafting, resource management. That's a huge one, and just exploration as you navigate from island to island. So the story is you pretty much plane crashed in the Pacific Ocean. And at this point, it's just literally man versus nature. You know, how long can you survive, and all that. So eventually, you eventually get to a safe point where you are then picked up by whomever, and that's it. Pretty much, it's just game over at that point. You're saved, and and away you go. But how you get to that point and what you do, is the base game. So loads of exploring. There's going to be combat sequences and very, very, very creepy open world water dangers, which you guys all know if you've see me play games like Subnautica. That creeps me out the worst. I don't know what it is about big bodies of water, but it creeps me out beyond. And so today, let's go ahead and check this out, and maybe we'll have a heart attack or two while we navigate from island to island. So this game, you're going to probably expect to play roughly about 20 to 40 hours or so to complete it. Yeah, so we're just going to check it out. We're going to play it for roughly about 30 or 40 minutes or so. And if you guys like the game, I will obviously have a link in the description below for you. Right now, it's available on the PlayStation Network. You can get it for 50% off from time and time again. I think right now, as I'm making this video on March the 2nd, it is available at 50% off. So, definitely you can pick it up for that sale price, and it's a no-brainer because it's a lot of fun. So. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to it. So this is Stranded Deep. This game, you can actually play multiplayer as well. So I think that was a new update that they recently had, that multiplayer was implemented into the game. So if you were looking to play with your friends, that's absolutely something you could do for sure. So. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I've played about 100 hours of this game. So we're not gonna. Maybe we could play that. Oh, maybe I don't have a save file. It has been quite a while, so I'm not sure if I do have a save file or not. I don't think I do. Current save slot 01, day 0. Okay, so I don't. So we're gonna go ahead and just start from scratch. Right now, we'll just quickly check the options out here. I think I will put some of this volume a little bit lower. Like maybe the maximum master volume here, maybe a little bit of music, put that a tad lower. Environmental, let's do that. Effects. Yeah, I think this looks good to me. Make sure you guys can hear me correctly. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and save that for sure and move on. What's in general here? Crosshairs, item highlighting. That's always a good one, especially in a game like this with loads of things to see and tons of bush. And it could get pretty hard to find that one, resource that you need that's stuck between a bush and some grass. So it's always good to have item highlighting on, especially for a game like this. So tutorial, we might maybe leave on. It's been a while since I played this. Auto walk would leave off. Camera mode. What else we got here? There's your basic controls there. We will refer to this if we need to, and that's pretty much about it. So let's go ahead and play. So difficulty, I always like to keep it on normal. You do have an option of a male or female. Oh, what did I do here? Did I hit X? Okay, so the option of a female or male gender there, you can choose. So here's the basic story here. So you're on a plane, and the worst of the worst could happen. Everyone's nightmare. I'll tell you what the worst nightmare is. Being in a plane crash like this, surviving, and then being in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And that's exactly what's going to happen right now. That is my worst nightmare of literally all time. So, I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie Alive. God, that movie freaks me out even to this day, where they plane crash and they start eating each other just for sustenance. Okay. So we're going to have to get to the life raft. Maybe this is the way. Okay. Oh, so that's a good way to get some oxygen. So we're gonna go back down this way. Jesus, what a nightmare. Ooh, yeah, this is it. Up we go. All right, life raft. Is this it? That looks like a life raft to me. So in this game, you're going to be doing everything from building a base to building rafts to building all sorts of weapons to crafting all sorts of different types of potions and brews that will help you, you know, get into the water and swim more. That'll allow you to breathe underwater, you know, or hold your breath longer. From anything from catching rainwater for hydration and loads and tons of hunting. And let's go into this life raft here. That's what we do need to do. Oop. Oh god, there's a hammerhead shark already. Or what is that? They call that a goblin shark in this game. Jeez, get in there quick. Deploy. So I'm not going to set the anchor. Not going to do that quite yet, but we're going to go ahead and ride along. So we're going to hold the square button to get in there. Grab the paddle. Oh, stop riding. Okay, stop riding for a sec. Let's grab this paddle. So in this game, you're gonna hear creepy music, and when you hear the creepy music, that is the point where there is a shark on your ass, and you're about to be tipped over. So that's what that creepy music was. And whenever you hear that creepy music, be prepared, because something bad's about to happen. Like right now. Right now, I'm pretty much stuck on this little thing here. I'm actually gonna get off and see if I can fix this by just pulling the raft, because you can do that too. So you hold the left trigger and you can drag whatever you need to drag. So right now I'm just going to be dragging this out of the water. There we go. That's perfect. So you're going to want to do that, because if you're not dragging that out of the water, the waves will literally just take it away, and you'll lose your raft. Pick up 2 rocks and 2 sticks. So it's giving me what to do next. So that's good. So we're going to go ahead and just take this out of my hands, and let's see what's in the storage here. Now, it's always going to be different. So we got rations, we got a compass. That's good for when you're going from island to island so you don't get lost. It's a very easy thing to do to lose your way in big bodies of water. So actually, but you know what? I did see this. Let's go see if we can snatch this without getting dragged into the water by that goblin shark. So best thing to do is either drag it with the left trigger or literally just pick the whole thing up with the square button. And he just puts it on his shoulder and just Arnold Schwarzenegger's the whole crate over to wherever you need it to be dragged to, and then drop ahead and boom. So when you go from island to island, you're probably going to have a bunch of these in your inventory. So if you press the left bumper, this is everything you can put on your person. So when you go travel to island, you might actually have crates occupying every single one of these little spots here. Because in the crate itself, it doesn't actually add that as a value. For example, if you have in this crate, like for example, I have all this in the crate, this doesn't add to the amount of, things you can have, in your inventory. So that's nice. So whatever's in the crate does not add to your overall weight. So you can have as many of these crates as possible, filled with as many things as possible, and it makes no difference. So that's a good thing. That's a good way to kind of like cheat the system there too. So is this an anchor? I think I will go ahead and deploy that. Oh, you can't do that unless you're in the water. Okay, makes sense. Okay. All right, so first things first. So we are on an island, and we're going to see what we can do to survive. So, so we got the rations we need. The hammer, that's used for building, so good. We have that off the get-go. One other thing you're going to want to do in this game is keep as organized as possible. So as you go and start collecting things, you're going to want to start stockpiles. Many stockpiles as you can. You can do that in 2 different ways. You can either just do it by dropping. Okay, so for example, these were all my rocks will go, and up here will be all the parts, like plane parts, gyrocopter parts. You can have that stocked up here. So right now there would be literally a stockpile, that's 2 feet high of nothing but gyrocopter parts. So that's what I would do in this game. That's a good tip I can give you, is just keep as organized as possible. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go and collect, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to start organizing. So yeah, this is a fun little game here. It's very, very therapeutic. This is the reason why I do like to play these types of games. Survival games, as you guys already know if you've been watching my channel, are my all-time favorite. So I just love survival games. All right, so let's see. These things here are the young palm trees. So most things are going to need like a tool to gather, but also some things you can just gather freehand. So like coconuts or like, you know, rocks and whatnot. But there are, and sticks. But there are other ways to gather this stuff. Like you might find something like this here. So this is a stone deposit. So later on, you're going to be crafting pickaxes to deal with that and get rocks that way. Yucca plants here. These plants will drop the yucca leaves, which are used for building rope. So that's very, very important. And you're going to want to travel from island to island. So there's an island that way. There is an island straight ahead there. There's another island that way. And all these islands will provide you with, you know, numerous amounts of resources. Some islands with different resources. And it's just all randomly generated. Every single island is randomly generated when you go on. So no game would be the same. And also keep in mind the enemies too. So the enemies... Oh, I'm also actually getting really, really hot. So I have to keep that in mind as well. The enemies per island will be different. So let's just go and sit over here real quick. I will actually just kneel down. So here you go. So your watch on your wrist will tell you your vitals. So if you take a look here, SPF, that's slowly going up now. And that is a sun protection type of meter. So right now it's really low because I've been in the sun quite a bit. You got to get into a certain spot for it to rise. So let's see here if I can find that spot. So right now I'm not quite in there yet. So let's go ahead and see. I did have a spot earlier. Right there. So this spot here increases my SPF. So now I'm in the shadows good enough to cool down. Another way you can cool down would be to enter the water. So, but just be aware entering the water, you can imagine the types of threats you'd find in there. So just be aware of that. But you can go in the water and do some spear fishing while you're gaining your SPF. And what you want to do is keep your SPF at a good level. You don't want it too low because that will actually give you dehydration quite a bit and your water levels will drop like no tomorrow. So keep an eye on that as well. So there is a night and day cycle in this game. And there's not that many different things from the day and night in terms of variety, in terms of like threats, except for I think bats will arrive only at night, and you can actually take one of them down and eat them, and you can obviously cook them and eat them. But that's really pretty much it. The threats at night and the threats during the day are pretty much similar. But you want to do most of your stuff during the day in the water. Because at night, swimming in the water is literally, you're asking for it. Like doing that in the water, you'll see, you know, later on when it starts getting dark, you can't see absolutely anything in the water. And that's definitely not what you want to do because the threats are insane in that water. So let's go ahead and continue here. That's good. So right now, this time of the day here, I think my watch might actually tell me what the time of day is. Let's just double check here. Yes, it does. So 1600. So what's that? 4 p.m. So around 4 p.m., you know, the waters start to get pretty dark. And it tells you here in your watch again, your day's survival, your day survived, items crafted, animals killed, etc., etc. Island explored, ships scavenged. Scavenging ships, by the way, is a very, very good way of gaining the certain materials you need for advancement. So you'll see that very, very shortly. Another thing here is your stats. So hunting, cooking, harvesting. I don't know what that one is exactly. That might just be gathering and craftsmanship. All this increases the more you do it. So status effects. If you were to step on a poisonous plant, your status effects will show up here. Etc. So bleeding, etc. will show up here. Benefits as well will show up here. So for example, stamina boost or oxygen, being able to hold your oxygen, holding your breath longer, all those bonuses and buffs will also end up here. So if you're in the water, you probably want to keep that on just like that. That way when you're going and checking your watch, you can see real quick if that buff expired. So that's another good thing to keep in mind. So you want to keep the status effects menu on and then drop your watch. So when you're in the water, you just easily just press triangle and boom, you can see what your status effects looks like. So it is getting dark. So let's go ahead and continue. We're gonna get a campfire going, so that way we can see what we're doing. You can also build torches. There is a crafting menu we will check out in just a bit. So here in the menu, I'm going to be looking for stockpile. So let's go ahead and see if I can find it here. So not in this section, but these are some of the things you can make here. Stone tool, very, very handy to have. But let's continue on. So tool belt, another very, very handy thing to have. That is pretty much your hot bar. So you want to make that right away so you can have more things on your hot bar. Let's continue on. And I think it's, oh, there's your campfire. We want to do that for sure. So let's actually maybe go do that right away. So that way we have that done. So maybe we'll put that right here, I'm thinking. Let's do that. Yeah, I think it is. So let's go ahead and make that. Kindling has been added to your backpack. So we're going to go now to my backpack. And we're going to grab the kindling. And then we're going to hold square to ignite this. So you got a little mini game here. So left trigger, right trigger. So you're going to do that simultaneously. And that's how you're going to get your campfire started. So I'm not sure what happened there. And boom. So there you go. So there's a level of stick or just resource or fuel, whatever you want to call it, in the campfire. So there's a little meter there, and it's a circle meter. That meter will start to deplete, and as it starts to get lower and lower and lower, you can add just more wood in there, so that way you can get that rocking and rolling. So here I got this is, I would consider this a tool. So I'm going to probably put the tools in a pile here. So I'm going to throw that kindling there. See what else we got for tools. A paddle, throw that there. And what else we got? That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and start a stockpile. So we're going to go ahead and do that. R1, and let's look for stockpile here. So pretty sure there is a segment here for stockpile. Oh, that's it right there. It's got to be. Oh, that's for gyropractor. Okay, so if you're pressing right trigger, so right now I'm in the vehicles tab. So if you look at the top right of the screen, vehicles. So if I hit R1, farming tab. Hit R1 again, story tab. So this is what I need to complete the game. So creating, whatever it is I need here, these will start unlocking as I go, the higher I have the craftsmanship skill. Eventually you will find like a plane in like a hangar, and the story starts to unlock there at that point, or I think there's multiple ways to actually to win this. So let's just continue here. So consumables here are really, really handy to have. And there's some things in here with first aids, like splints if you break your leg, etc. Bandages, other different types of potions, and ways to hold water for hydration. So really cool consumables tab. So R1 again. Here we're back in the crafting tab. But the building tab, let's see what we got in the buildings tabs. This is all about building a base. So, and you're going to need a hammer to start, going at it that way. There it is. So that's how you do it. So you got to have the rock equipped in order to make a rock pile. So there it is right there. You hold the R1 and boom, that's the rock pile. So there is a quick way to do that. So that's just an organized, better way to do it. And then you got to press L1 to open that up, and away you go, right? So you can take straight from there. What's the next quest we have here on our top left of the screen is use R3 to pin the recipe to track your available material. So that's another thing we can do as well. So you can make lashing with fibrous leaves from yucca trees. Okay. Okay, so if I go to my recipes, and then here it is lashing here, and I press R3, I can just pin that. And it just tells me go and collect yucca, and you can make rope. So we can absolutely go do that for sure. We're going to equip our stone tool and go look for lashing. So actually we can do a little, we'll do, what we'll do here is we'll do, a torch. Oh, it requires cloth. You know what? I do have a cloth. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I know I have a cloth here somewhere. I think it ended up in one of these crates here. Here it is. So let's go have one cloth, and then actually if I hold R1, does that work that way? It does. So another thing too is if you go up to your stockpiles, you're close, and you hold R1, it'll take directly from your stockpile. So that's a very, very nice little touch. and a quality of life thing that's always welcomed in every single survival game. So I don't even have to pick up the stick. I can just build a torch straight from that stockpile. Very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that right now. And you're going to hold square to ignite. Boom. There we go. So let's go grab some Yucca leaves. We'll do that. And here we are. There's the Yucca tree. So anything that highlights like that, you know that you can use it. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop that for some lighting. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up my multi-tool. So that's another good thing you can do. Just to be able to see. Because working at night's a really nice little thing to have. As an option, because working at night will provide you with maximum SPF. Coconut's a really good way of gaining nourishment quickly. You can drink the coconut milk. Now, if you do drink too much coconut milk, however, you will get an upset stomach. And I can show you that and what happens when you drink too much coconut milk. So let's go ahead. First, we got to take the skin off. So by whacking it a few times, and there it is there. So you're going to pick it up and then drink the coconut milk. So you want to make sure you drink that milk first before attacking it again. Because if you hit it a few more times with the knife, it will crack open and you'll lose that milk. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that down and cut another one. So let's see what my vitals look like. So there you go. So I'm 3.5 out of the water. So coconut milk does help me out with that quite a bit. There it is there. Grab that and drink. Now, if I were to do that a third time, you're going to get sick. So be aware of that. You don't want to hit it too many times because you will get sick for sure. So, but right now I'm pretty good. I'm 4.5 anyways. So I can actually crack this open. I believe I can crack this open. Let's find out. Might take a few more shots with the multi-tool. Later on, you will get other better tools like axes. And you can eat this. And there you go. So that's a quick way of gaining water or hydration and food and bringing those meters up. The other way to do it would be to cook meat. So catching fish, that's the other way to do it. Oh, and the belt would be nice too. And I do have, oh, you know what? I can make the belt. 1 cloth, 1 lashing. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll make the belt. So the other cloth I have in here. Oops. Drop that back. I'll take that. Actually, I have another one of those canned rations in here. I think I'll just put it back in here. Keep them together. Organization's key in this game. There's bandage in there. It's good to know. I'll just drop this hammer for now. There we go. Keep all the tools in one spot. Lashings. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to hold R1 in the area that has the Yucca leaves and make the lashing. So boom, there you go. It's lashing made. Now if I hold R1 again, because I have the cloth in my inventory and the lashing in my hand, I now can make the tool belt. And my craftsmanship just went up, just like that. So even if you don't need something or you're not planning on using it, I would advise that you go ahead and make it anyways, just because your crafting will go up. So I'll make a bunch of these lashings and that'll help me with my crafting skill. So let's go ahead and see what else I can make here. I would like to make an axe. So let's go ahead and see where that option is to make an axe. Right here. So lashing, stick, and a multi-tool. Perfect. I actually have all that. Oh, 2 multi-tool. Okay. So that's not a big deal. So let's go ahead and make another multi-tool. And then we'll go over to the sticks, hold down the button, and voila. Axe made. So the campfire, as you can see, the resource is starting to diminish. So, but daylight is coming, but we will take a few sticks and put it in there. Oh, because I have a multi-tool. I forgot about that. So if you hold down the L1 button on the PlayStation, then you can choose what you want to add into your multi-tool belt. So definitely going to add the axe into there. I think that would be a pretty good thing. So I'll highlight over it. And then press X to equip. So on the fly now, all I have to do is just press D-pad up and the axe will automatically show up. So that's always a nice handy thing to have. So equip the wood and hold X on the campfire to add more sticks. I like how it actually shows the sticks being added into the campfire, and the campfire actually getting bigger, and the campfire in reverse also getting smaller when you need. I like that visual there, you know, as you need to add more wood in. That's a really nice visual. You know, for an older game, they really had a lot of good attention to detail. So let's go ahead and do some log chopping here. We'll go straight to this one here. This looks like a pretty good tall tree with some coconuts on it too. So D-pad up, and then let's go ahead and get to it. Oh, you can climb too. I forgot about that. I don't normally climb these palm trees to get the coconut, but if you're desperate, you could do that. Now, just keep in mind, if you fall off that tree, you're breaking a leg. So, and if you break a leg, that's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all, because then you're going to have to actually make a splint to fix that, and there's a whole host of problems. So be cautious when you climb trees in this game. It's too big, so it needs to be chopped up a bit more. And then it should split apart. Let's see if that's true. There we go. Now we did it. So that's good. That's what I was looking for. A way to do that. There we go. So now we got the logs. I think we can make a log stockpile, if I'm not mistaken. There. Perfect. Looking good so far. Nice and organized. So what were we gonna do before? Oh yeah, we need those bushes. So I wonder if we left one. Let's see. This actually, okay, no. I just accidentally put it out. So the top of the palm tree, when you break it, okay, here it is there. So you can actually drag this. Oh, and let's grab the coconuts. But you can drag this back to base, or you can chop it up right here and now. Sometimes I don't mind to just pick it up and drag it right back to base. Just like something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drag that back to base. Okay, there it is. And then I'm gonna chop it up right here and now. Let's just drop that for now, and let's go ahead and equip my axe. There we go. There we go. And so I need 5 of those. Do I not have 5? Oh, I do have 5. And then sticks. So I gotta get some more sticks as well. Can I make a stockpile of these? I could probably make a stockpile of lashings, but I don't think I have enough lashing right now. We'll just drop one on the floor for now. So let's go ahead and we'll grab my trusty axe, and away we go. If you guys want to see more of Stranded Deep, just let me know in the comments. Show me some love, and if something that you guys are interested in, I can absolutely show you some more of this game. I don't mind, because again, it's up my alley. I really love these styles of games. So, okay, so I don't believe I have the necessary amount. Wait, or maybe I do. Shelter. Oh, okay, I do. If you look at the top left of the screen there, it just didn't highlight, so I thought maybe I was down one, but no, I have the amount. So let's go ahead and make the shelter here. This is a good, quick way of saving the game. So that's pretty much all this is. So you're going to hold the button down and save. So, oh, sleep. Sorry. My apologies. So sleeping. So sleeping through the night or sleeping through the day. Or in this case, also saving the game. So saving the game, I would advise you doing every single time you try to make a trip from one island to another, or even exploring water in general. Make sure you're saving, because the dangers are incredible. So let's go ahead. I'm going to make a spear, and I'm going to hunt this crab here and cook it up. And then that'll be the end of this video. So you could get different types of sticks, like fishing spears, that will allow you to do what I just did there a little bit more efficient and easier. So let's go ahead and just grab that straight from the stick. Oh, okay, so you just got to press the right trigger again. So the same attack button, you press it again to grab the crab meat. So this is a tool. So this spear is a tool. I'm going to bring it over to my tools pile, drop it off there, and there's my crab meat there. So the multi-tool, I think, is what's going to be used here. I'm going to have to make another one. No, it's not the multi-tool, is it? Okay, so it's probably an actual knife you got to make. So let's go ahead and check out my options. Oh, it is. Refined knife. Okay. So more lashings. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll grab some more lashings. I did see another yucca tree here. Yucca trees will spawn more yucca leaves in time. So keep that in mind as well. There's another yucca fruit. Forgot about that too. That's good for planting in your garden. So I think there is another yucca tree in here. Was there just the two? I think there might have just been the two. Okay. So yes, I think that's all there was. Just two. So a knife is a very, very handy tool to have. So you want to make sure to have a knife in your repertoire, as well as an axe and a multi-tool. So those are all very, very important things. So right now I'm kind of stuck in a scenario now that I need more yucca leaves. So this is going to be the scenario where I'm going to have to travel from island to island. And I will actually do that. So that way you guys can see what that's all about as well. So let's go ahead and just put this guy down. Day one survives. Let's go put this over here with the other plants. This is going to be the scary part now. Traveling from island to island. All right, so we're going to prepare for our island adventure trip from one island to another. But before we do that, I got to work on my vitals a bit. My vitals are pretty low, my water specifically. So we're just going to go ahead and crack this coconut open and fix that up real quick. Here we go. Drop that one. I might maybe get one more, I think. Oh, here's a yucca leaf tree. Wow, okay, so that helped us out quite a bit. So this one maybe just grew as we were just... So a day has passed, and more yucca leaves grew on this tree. So we will absolutely take advantage of that. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So that solves that problem, but we will take a trip to another island anyways, so you can see what that's all about. We're going to drop this, and we are going to take care of my thirst meter. Again, I am in the sunlight, so actually my SPF is pretty good. There's a little stockpile there of empties. You can eat that for coconut meat. So let's go ahead and make a stockpile of these. That'd be a nice thing to do. No, not a stockpile of these. There we go. We did have one earlier, but we had used them all up. There we go. Now, let's see here. The knife is what we wanted to create. So one multi-tool and some yucca leaves and some lashing, I think, is what was required to make that knife. Let's just go double check. Again, we can pin that onto the top of the screen there so we know. But so one lashing, one stick, and one multi-tool. Cool. So lashing is what we can make right now. So let's go ahead and make that. And one stick. Okay, I'm going to grab a stick. And a multi-tool I'm holding on right now in my hands. So, oh, two sticks. Convenient. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Refined knife. Voila, made. So now we can use a knife and fillet the crab. So we skin the crab, do what we need to do to take its meat. And there we go. There we have it. Now we can cook that right on the fire, but the fire is dying, so we got to make sure we put some more wood in there. Let's go ahead and remedy that too. Now I think we actually need to make... I don't think it just requires... Okay, let's go ahead and do this. I don't think you can put it right on there, but I could be wrong. Let's see what happens. Attach. Oh, okay. So I thought that little stick thing that it was on is something that we needed to make, but no, that's incorrect. So for this case, you can cook directly onto the fire automatically. It'll do it for you. But if you wanted to do it in a more of a larger way, like with more amounts of meat, then you would have to build the structure, and you can start smoking and all that kind of stuff. So, but if you wanted to just do this on the fly, that's absolutely a way you can do that. So let's take a look at my vitals here. So I need more. So while that's cooking, and it will beep at you and let you know when it's done. So I'm going to take care of my vitals, and then we'll make a little trip over to the next island. I think I can jump that. Is there a jump in this game? Oh yeah, there is. So jump, and then you can just grab it that way. You can actually jump on these bushes and then jump again. Pick it up. So if you're smart, you don't have to climb the tree and fall off and break your feet and legs and mess everything up. So if I use my axe now, this is going to be way easier than using my multi-tool. Look at that, 2 shots. Drink, and an empty spot there. There we go, that takes care of that. This should be pretty close to being cooked. That's going to beep at me very soon. It'll say cooked meat when it's done. Let's take a look at my vitals. Yep. And then we're going to take a trip. Which island do we want to choose? You know what? Maybe we'll just do that one. That one looks like it's the closest. I think it just beeped at us. Yep, cooked small meat. Done deal. There you go. There you go. So let's go ahead and save this game, because we're probably going to end up being killed by a shark while we do this. So let's see what happens. Save. And now the scariest part in the whole game. Going from island to island. So I think all we're going to bring is... Actually, you know what? We probably should bring this wood crate. So that's probably a good thing to do, is bring the crate. So let's pick it up. And let's go. So we're going to bring this into the water just like that. Oh god, we don't want to do that. There is a way to flip it. I think it's square or something like that. Ooh. So I think later on, if that ever happens and you're in the middle of the ocean, I think there's a certain button you got to press, and that will auto flip it. So getting back on can be tricky. You got to hold the X button just like that. Yep. Then we got to man the raft. There's a certain spot you got to find to man it. Operate. There it is. And let's go. This is the worst part of the whole game. Because this can get really scary. Is that the right island I chose? No, it's that one. That's not the one. That looks further. We don't want that. That's the one. So later on, when you start building rafts... your ship, your way of navigating from island to island gets that much... Oh, there's a shark right there. I can see the fin. We're in for it now. Gets that much... The risk of being toppled over and dragged into the middle of the ocean, because they will do that. They will literally grab you and drag you into the water. So the risk of that happening with your handmade raft is much more lower than this inflatable safety raft here. So the way you know that they're following you is one of 2 ways. You're going to hear, okay, or just that happens. Oh boy, look at that. Now, if that's not creepy, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I think I lost my way here for a sec too. Let's look around. Oh, there it is. There's the guy. Oh my god, he's right there. Oh, look at him. Oh no. Oh, again. Oh no, man. Look at him right there. Holy smokes. So let's see. You know what we can do as well? Spear him. So did I hit him? Man, I don't even know if I hit him or not. Yeah. Okay, let's get back on there. So where's that? Okay. Go, go, go! So yeah, if you want to have a heart attack, this is the game for it. My goodness. And if you want to have a good time, play multiplayer, that is like even better, because then it's you and your friend being toppled over by this shark in the middle of the ocean, and there's a lot of good laughs to be had over that. Can I whack him with this? Yeah, I could, eh? Oh, I think he literally just went away. Oh no, he definitely did not. He did not go away. And sometimes, if you're lucky enough, you might get 2 sharks harassing you. So, right now we just got the one. Where is that? Is it that one? I think it's that one. Oh no! No, dude, no! Stop it! Okay, where's my island? There it is there, and yeah, that's the one I want, eh? Okay, so he's gonna hit me one more time, and that'll just top it over. Man, I can swing at him with my knife. Okay, there it is right there. Get back in. Go, go! That's the island I want. Come on, come on. Oh, he's right there underneath me. My goodness. So the major threats in this game are the sharks in the water. But as long as you keep out of the water, that threat is obviously not a problem anymore. But on land, you'll find all sorts of different types of threats. Oh man, there he is right there. Oh! If he comes at you and bites you, you will start bleeding pretty badly. And if you're lucky, he just takes a bite and swims away. But if you're unlucky, he grabs you and drags you more into the depths. That's the most unlucky scenario that you can ever have in this predicament here. Because you don't want to be dragged into the depths of the water where more sharks start nabbing at you. And then they're playing pinball with you back and forth. That's the worst. Okay, I gotta find that island again. There it is there. Yeah, so my best advice is to maybe avoid doing this and build your raft ASAP. Because your raft is going to be your buddy, and you can build that nice and big. So, and there's a lot of different ways you can build that raft. There's a lot of different materials you can use, wood to bayou balls to like barrels to tires, and you can use wood, and you can use metal, and all sorts of nice different types of materials. Now imagine this, like you're doing this, and out of a sudden weather starts kicking in, and there's waves, and then all of a sudden it gets dark. Yeah, that's at that point you just pretty much just turn the game off at that point, because that's how scary that gets. Oh my goodness, I'm still on it, dude. Holy smokes! Oh man, I held on for dear life. The character's like, nope, that's not gonna happen. Oh my goodness. It is getting dark. We'll make this. We'll make this. Have faith. Now, as we get closer to another island, more threats start to emerge, because near the islands is usually more sharks. Oh my God, no, I fell off that time, dude. I fell off that time. Get on there. So this is where I need to rely on the shark to actually flip me back over. I know there's a button to do it. I just forget which button it is. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Sharky. Thank you for doing me the service of flipping my raft back up on its feet. I appreciate it. And where's that spot? Oh my God, there it is. All right, where am I? Where am I? No, that's not the one. Turn around, turn around, turn around. No! Why would you do this to me? Oh, there it is right there. Physical. Ooh, I gained physical. We're so close to that island, man. Come on. We can do it. Yeah, it's getting dark. This is a problem. This is a problem. Oh. Get on, get on, get on, get on. Nice. And where's that spot there? Oh, it's just kidding. All right, sometimes it's finicky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, with holding that square button down to operate the boat. I don't know if there's a certain spot you got to go to latch onto that boat. Oh, that time it didn't flip all the way over. Very nice. Operate. Okay, go, go, go. Nope, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way, dude. That's the wrong way. There we go. Let's go. He's coming. You hear the water bubbling, you know he's coming. And then the eerie music. So, the only music this game is missing is dun 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 dun. Oh my God, I'm away from the raft this time. I'm away from the raft. Yeah, okay, all right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for flipping me back over. Thank you for flipping me back over. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Oh, we know it's not the way of the moon because we just checked out the moon. So it's the opposite of the moon. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it might get actually a lot more. There might be a lot more threat now because, again, like I said about. Let me see if I can just flip this over myself. Hold it from this end and into the water, possibly. Okay, I'm just gonna rely on old Sharky Boy to do it for us. You could hold on to one end and then back step. If you back pedal, like walk backwards, and then he should flip it over manually. It's pretty tricky to do, but it is possible. So something like that. Let's see, did I just do it? I think I might have. Oh, almost. I almost did it. So it's a tricky thing to do, man, but it is possible to do it. So pretty close, getting there. I'm dancing with the shark all night is what I'm doing. What in the world is that? Okay, go, go, go! We're almost there. Oh no! Okay, beautiful, beautiful. This is the side I want to be on. There we go. What the? Okay. Oh, looks like the raft wanted to flip over, but then it didn't quite make it. Oh no. Am I under the raft? That's not what I want. Oh, it got me. It got me. But it didn't drag me in, which is a good thing. Deploy. Hold on. There was an option there, I think, to... Okay, let's check my vitals here real quick. Good. So he took a little nibble, but didn't do enough damage for bleeding. So that's a good thing. There was an option there to flip, I think, to flip boat, so, or deploy something. So I think that's how you do it when you're. Okay, let's get back in here and figure out where. Okay, there it is, right there. Go. Oh, maybe we know what it was. It was probably deploy anchor. That's probably something I don't want to do. I don't think I want to deploy the anchor. I want to get going, dude. So close. Wow, far away. Yep, we didn't do it that time. Okay, where's that at? Where's that island? There it is there. Oh, there he is right there. You can sort of see the little shadowy spot of that shark. Yes. That's always a good thing when you go on and you're right in the angle you need to be at, so you don't have to mess around. Get in there. I could have more than one shark because it seems the whole trip here there wasn't that much aggression until now. It seems like there's way more aggression, so it could just be sharks taking turns trying to flip me. So I could actually have more than one shark on me right now. So that's a strong possibility. Because I'm getting flipped every like second here. So that's my guess. Is they're just having a great time, just taking turns. And that's probably exactly what's happening. So let's go ahead and look for that spot. There it is. Get in there quick. All right, turn around. Where am I? All turned around. Oh, there's the island right there. Beautiful. Yeah, later on you're going to be making quite the amazing raft, and you can actually add light on your raft too. So that's going to help you light your way. So even if you wanted to travel at night, it's just going to age you out. It's going to age you in that category, you know, so you can travel at night. So you're not just having to only travel by day. Wow, what's going on here? What is that? Is that like bad weather or something, or did I just run something over? So those little marks that you see right there, see that there, that little bubbly mark, that indicates that there's something below. So that's actually a good spot to go and explore underwater. So you'll find some good stuff in there, treasures and whatnot. So this looks like the same island. Is this? Oh no, it's not. Okay, I was gonna say, man, if I had turned all the way around and went back to my same island, that would have sucked. Okay, so we are now here. So the threat of the shark is now gone, but the threat of the island is here. So let's go ahead and just disconnect from here, and we will drag this up because we want this. There we go. Okay, so to flip this back over, you're gonna grab one side and kind of just do that. That's kind of what you want to do in the water too. So it's tricky, but it could happen. Okay, here we are. So let's go ahead and grab, oh, I do have the box with me. So I'm gonna drop that. That's getting even more inventory space. You still got the eerie music going on. Let's see what my vitals look like. So thank God. So he didn't actually do too much damage. 1.5 bars. So I got lucky there. I definitely got lucky there for sure. So what I want to do now is probably just take my compass out and just give a general rough idea of how to get back home. My goodness, I'm thinking. So that's probably home right there. Okay, so when we're ready to go back home, we're going to need this compass for sure. Okay, so let's go put that back. All right, so now on this island, what can we expect? We can expect giant crabs. We can expect snakes. Like those are the things that are threats. So let's go ahead right away and get some food or some fire going. Oh, I see a little piggy. Oh, that means mama piggy's here too. So mama piggies can be pretty dangerous, and she'll bore you, and then you'll be in trouble. And she doesn't want you to mess with her little baby piggy for sure. So she'll teach you a lesson real quick on that one. To leave her little one alone. So we know for sure if we see a baby piggy, usually there's a mama piggy too. So keep that in mind. All right. So we can go ahead and get some drink in us because we're going to need that. Yeah, let's do that real quick. What do we got here for time? I think we're almost at an hour. So I'm probably not going to play for that much longer. This is getting pretty long. So what we'll do is we will make a part 2 if you guys are interested. And that way we can see what this island has to offer. So there you go. So you guys got a gist of what this game has to offer. So there is the crazy, scary shark segments, what you just saw there. And there is really nice surviving. This is a very, very amazing, well-done survival game with even a multiplayer aspect for some fun in there with friends. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video that you saw here, please give me a like and a share and a subscribe. I really much appreciate it. For the reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for your love and support. And for your new viewers, again, welcome. And if you like the content, please stick around, like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate you. And if you guys want to see part 2, let me know in the comments. Give me some love on the likes, and I will absolutely do that. I will make a part 2 of this game, no problem at all. And again, thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate you all, and we will catch you in the next one. Ciao for now.